Overnight, news has emerged that a passenger has gone overboard and is now missing aboard a Carnival cruise ship in Ensenada, Mexico. MSC Cruise Lines is shunning the theme park feel at their private island destination, Ocean Cay Marine Reserve. And it seems like cruises in Australia may never resume, as once again they've extended the cruise ship ban. And good news out of Carnival Cruise Line as they've officially reopened Camp Ocean. Plus, MSC Cruise Line says no cruises to South Africa as a result of the Omicron variant. All this coming up on Midships. Hey, welcome to the Midships YouTube channel. I'm your Captain Corey. Thanks so much for stopping by the channel today. And as you can see, I am sitting here on deck 6, just over my right shoulder, your left. This is where I boarded Carnival Mardi Gras just yesterday, not even 24 hours ago. I'm recording this pretty early in the morning. This is the only time of day that there's absolutely nothing going on here. This is called center stage. I'm literally sitting against the stage right now. So as we're getting started on today's cruise news, let's go ahead and take a look at the sail away here yesterday on Carnival Mardi Gras out of Port Canaveral. It's the busiest ship I have been on since the pandemic. And just take a look at this sail away party. You guys know, if you've ever been on a Carnival ship, they do things just a little bit differently from the other cruise lines. And honestly, the sail away party here aboard the Carnival Mardi Gras was one of the best I've ever seen. So if you'd like to follow along with my cruise here on board Carnival Mardi Gras, make sure you subscribe to this channel on YouTube with your bell notifications turned on, because every episode that I upload, I'll have a little bit more content for my Carnival Mardi Gras cruise. And if you're not a subscriber to the Midships Instagram, it's just Midships Cruise on Instagram. I'll go ahead and leave a link up here in the upper right-hand corner for you as well. Make sure you give us a follow. That's going to be a great place to see some behind-the-scenes content that doesn't make it to the channel here. Now let's hop into today's cruise news with a story coming out of Carnival Cruise Line about their Camp Ocean program. From cruiseindustrynews.com, Carnival Cruise Line reopens Camp Ocean. Yesterday, Carnival Cruise Line reopened Camp Ocean, its supervised children's program for fully vaccinated kids age 5 to 11. Carnival said it's implemented enhanced protocols for Camp Ocean that are consistent with other onboard procedures, including face masks, limited capacity, physical distancing, and deep cleaning twice daily of all the spaces. The ocean-inspired facilities offer a variety of fun and engaging experiences, ranging from educational activities to crafts and active games. Activity sessions will be offered daily, and guests can refer to the Hub app on board during their cruise for times and details. In addition to Camp Ocean, Circle C and Club O2 have been and will continue to be open for vaccinated early teens aged 12 to 14, as well as for vaccinated teens aged 15 to 17, respectively. So taking a cruise like this on Mardi Gras and hearing about all this good news coming out of Camp Carnival, it really feels like the cruise restart is fully underway, and it feels like we're actually going to be pulling this thing off in the end. I'm so excited for some of this news that we're bringing out to you. Before we get into our next story, I just want to take a second to remind you that down in the description box below this video, there are links to all of the articles referenced in today's Midships episode. And while you're looking around down there, why don't you check out the Amazon affiliate links right at the top of my description box in every single one of my videos. Those will take you directly to some of the best cruise swag for your next cruise. I know it's the holiday season. We're all looking for some easy gift ideas. Everything in my affiliate store costs maybe 10 bucks or less. They make an awesome stocking stuffer. And every time you click on a link, you are helping support the channel just a little bit. Back to the cruise news. And speaking about some exciting news, you guys know that I've taken a few MSC cruises over the past couple of months, and I absolutely adore their private island, Ocean Cay Marine Reserve. It's totally different, in my opinion, than what the other cruise lines are offering. It's a much more relaxed, natural, kind of a paradise feeling over there, as opposed to a more commercial feel like you might find at a place like Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Well, Ocean Cay is once again in the news, and let's go ahead and learn a little more about it from the Orlando Sentinel by Richard Trebeau. Cruise line shuns theme park feel and embraces environment for private Bahamian island. I'm going to go ahead and roll some B-roll here of my trips to Ocean Cay Marine Reserve while we cover this story. MSC Cruises is trying to carve out an identity in the busy North American market. Key to those plans is its new private Bahamian island, Ocean Cay Marine Reserve. Previously, MSC had leased out time at places like Norwegian's Great Stirrup Cay, but 7 years ago, plans began to firm up around the most unlikely of Bahamian islands, a small circle of land previously used for sand excavation in the Bimini chain of islands called Sandy Key. And here we have our first look at Sandy Key, and this is obviously prior to what MSC has done, of course, because now we have the lighthouse down here in this little tip. This is Lighthouse Beach. We have a giant lagoon over here now. So this island has really underwent tons of changes. Sandy Key, as it was called, was an industrial wasteland, according to MSC Executive Chairman Pier Francesco Vago. He described how years of sand extraction had left the island and surrounding seafloors littered with tons of abandoned equipment, where the marine ecosystem and coral were all but destroyed. According to Vago, he says Ocean Cay is amazing, beautiful, a dream come true. Unlike some cruise lines like Royal Caribbean's Perfect Day, that feature massive water slides, a balloon ride, wave pool, zip lines, etc., Vago said MSC's angle is to embrace the environment, while also providing a leisure destination for the cruise line's guests. Vago says we don't want to offer a theme park. The ship is already the theme park. Instead, Vago touted the line's partnership with the Bahamian government as well as education partners from the University of Miami and Nova Southeastern University in construction of the island's newest feature, the Marine Conservation Center. Already, the island has seen the return of loggerhead sea turtles, which lay eggs on its shore, as well as additional fish and lobsters repopulating the reefs in the area. And those coral reefs surrounding the marine reserve there at Ocean Cay are one of the top priorities for MSC Cruise Line, so it's fantastic that they're seeing the immediate results that they didn't expect for years and years down the road. So I'm going to say it again, like I say every time we talk about Ocean Cay Marine Reserve. If you have not been there yet, it is worth the price of admission for your entire cruise with MSC just to go ahead and spend a day out at their private island. Now, since we're talking about MSC, let's go ahead and keep focused on them and learn a little bit more about their plans for South African cruises. From crew-center.com, MSC Cruises suspends South African sailings. MSC Cruises announced voluntary suspensions of all sailings aboard the MSC Orchestra in South Africa with immediate effect through the 8th of January of next year. The reason behind this decision is the most recent and sudden evolution, particularly in the past week of the current pandemic, and MSC has chosen to put the health and safety of its guests and crew as their utmost priority. According to local media, MSC Orchestra's first cruise in South Africa has ended with a large number of passengers who tested positive on board for COVID-19 at the end of the 4-night cruise. Some local media are reporting that up to 100 guests may have even tested positive. MSC Cruises released a statement on Friday. In it, they said a number of completely asymptomatic guests tested positive during today's procedure upon arrival, and they're currently awaiting disembarkation for their safe return home. While most of the passengers disembarked the ship Friday, some are still on board as the company awaits guidance from the local health authorities, and they hope to be allowed to leave the ship as early as Sunday. So, of course, we wish a speedy recovery to everybody affected on board of the MSC Orchestra. Hopefully, you guys aren't sitting there watching the Midships episode confined in your cabin. We hope you guys are doing well. Now, while we're talking about cruising in other countries, we do have Midships viewers from down under. So let's go ahead and see the latest news coming out of Australia as it relates to the cruise ban. From cruiseindustrynews.com, Australia extends the cruise ban. Australia has extended its ban on cruise vessels entering the country, according to a statement by the country's health minister, Greg Hunt. The extension means that the 4 existing emergency requirement determinations will remain in force for another 2 additional months through February 17th of next year. These determinations include mandatory pre-departure testing and mask wearing for international flights, restrictions on international travel from high-risk countries, restrictions on outbound travel for unvaccinated Aussies, and restrictions on the entry of cruise vessels within the Australian territory. The cruise vessel restriction will be reviewed monthly according to the release. And here we have a quote. The government continues to work constructively with the cruise ship industry, with whom we remain actively engaged alongside the state and territory governments to enable a phased resumption of cruising in Australia on the basis of sound medical advice. As part of this work, the government will continually review on a monthly basis whether current restrictions for cruise ships can be safely lifted or amended. These arrangements have been in place since March 18th of 2020, with the aim of protecting Australians during the pandemic. So obviously the rest of the world has safely resumed cruising, but yet Australia's sitting there saying, nah, we don't need cruises until next year or maybe the year after that. I'd like to hear your opinions on this story. Why don't you comment below? Do you think it's time that Australia throws in the towel and finally accepts the fact that cruising has been safely done for well over a year all around the world? Or are they on the right track? Go ahead and sound off down in the comments below. While you're down there, make sure you've hit the thumbs up button on this video. It's the only way to tell the YouTube algorithm to push this content out to other people who love cruising as much as you do. Now it's time to get into today's thumbnail story, and this is a heavy one. A passenger has gone overboard and is now missing on a Carnival cruise in Ensenada, Mexico. Let's go ahead and learn a little bit more from cruisehive.com. By Emrys Thacker, passenger reported overboard Carnival cruise ship near Ensenada, Mexico. The U.S. Coast Guard has confirmed a passenger was reportedly overboard the Carnival Miracle near Ensenada, Mexico. Assets have already been searching the area for several hours on Saturday, December 11th. And this story is developing overnight here. I'm recording this at 6 a.m. on Sunday the 12th. According to the U.S. Coast Guard, a woman was reported overboard the Spirit-class ship near Ensenada, Mexico. The incident reportedly occurred Saturday night, and the crew of the Miracle informed authorities. The Carnival ship has already been operating a search pattern where the woman is believed to have gone into the water. The cruise ship tracker below shows the search pattern that the Carnival cruise ship took before being released by the authorities. And here you can see the sweeps that the Miracle has performed here off the coast of Mexico. A sister brand of Carnival Cruise Line, Holland America's Westerdam cruise ship, also assisted in the search after being diverted from her journey back to California. Both cruise ships have already been released from the search pattern, and the Carnival cruise ship is now docked in Ensenada, Mexico. And we have a look at the Westerdam search pattern as well. The California Coast Guard posted on social media on Saturday, MH-60 Jayhawk helicopter crew and the Mexican Navy are working together to locate a woman who reportedly went overboard on a cruise ship near Ensenada, Mexico. Even though the cruise ships have been allowed to continue their scheduled routes, assets from the U.S. and Mexico are actively searching for the woman. The search effort is set to continue through Saturday night, as confirmed by the U.S. Coast Guard. The Carnival Miracle is currently sailing a short 3-day voyage that departed the port of Long Beach in California on December 9th. The ship spent Saturday at her scheduled call in Ensenada following the search. The vessel will arrive this morning back in Long Beach, California. So it's important to remember this is a developing story and the situation remains fluid. I'll go ahead and keep my eyes open, and if anything new comes out on this story, I'll make sure to drop it here on the channel. If you made it this far into today's video, why haven't you subscribed to the channel yet? While you're down there, make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you love cruising. Thanks so much for stopping by today, and until tomorrow when we hit the port of call in Cozumel, Mexico, we'll see ya on the Midships.